Hello, Internet. It is I, the Malik Aaron, and welcome back to Box Office Predictions. Today, we're going to be talking about Migration. So, as usual, we're going to be going over the pros and cons. So, let's get to it. Pros. This is from Illumination. And man, their box office track record is probably one of the best I've ever seen. No joke. Like, seriously. So, throughout its existence, Illumination has yet to have a real flop on their hands. I mean, sure, they've had. Well, Secret Life of Pets 2 was a disappointment, but it still made over $400 million on an 80 million budget, so wasn't that big of a disappointment. It's not like it lost money. And the worst performing movie is Hop, and that made almost 200 million on a 63 million budget, so it's not really much of a loss. Every other movie they've made, smash hit. Despicable Me, Lorax, Despicable Me 2, Minions, The Secret Life of Pets, Sing, Despicable Me 3, Grinch, Sing 2. Well, Sing 2 didn't do great, but considering the circumstances, it did spectacular because it was the first family movie to really break out of that pandemic rut that the genre was stuck in. And then there was Minions: Rise of Gru, and then most importantly, the Super Mario Brothers movie earlier this year, which destroyed any and all expectations and made I think it was what 200 something million in like 5 days, 146 million for the weekend. It made like 574 million domestic, 1.3 billion worldwide. Insane numbers for a video game movie, just a movie in general. I really thought most everyone thought this would be the biggest movie of 2023, but little did we know how big Barbie would end up being later that year. But yeah, Illumination, they're a powerhouse financially. Like they're definitely number one now when compared to all the other studios. I mean, Disney, they were number one, but boy, they fell off real hard creatively and box office wise. DreamWorks is like kind of there. And everyone else, well, I guess there's Sony with the Spider Verse movies. Like they're just, across the Spider Verse did very, very well. But yeah, Illumination is king right now when it comes to animation. Really, when it comes to box office, because they have several movies. They have like $3 billion hits. DreamWorks has yet to have one. So yeah, Illumination's track record, box office track record, that's a pro, the biggest pro imaginable. So that's pro number one. Pro number two is the fact that this is a family movie opening around Christmas. I think like that's like the perfect time to release a movie like this because like sure Christmas Eve is not going to be good at all, but Christmas Day won't be the greatest either because with what happens with family movies, like the bump they get is way less compared to other movies because kids are obviously dealing with their Christmas presents, playing with those. Like that's their priority. Movies are not their priority. It's their Christmas presents. The day after Christmas, and a few days after that, before New Year's, that's where the real money is. That's when they really pop off. That's when they start making some dollars. So, yeah, so releasing this around that time, it makes perfect sense. It's logical. It's very logical. So, yeah, strong release date. I will label that as a pro. Even though this is having to deal with Wonka when it comes to like target audience, but yeah, release date, I'm still labeling that as a pro. Another pro is that reviews for this are okay. They're not terrible. It's like a 74%. Granted, it's only like 34 reviews. That number may or may not go down later on, probably go down a bit once more reviews start popping up. But right now, it's not looking too bad when it comes to reviews. I can't comment on audience score or cinema score because the movie's not out yet. Well, it was out for some countries early, like it had an early release in some countries, but in the U.S. hasn't released officially yet. So I can't comment on how audiences like it or not. but its critic score is fine, so I'm gonna label that as a pro. Any other pros? I think that was like the main pros. Yeah. All right. So cons. I guess this movie has to deal with a lot of other movies. Like Christmas is way too crowded this year. I don't know why they. I don't know why it had to be this way. I mean, I know Christmas tends to be very crowded because a bunch of movies want to make that Christmas money, get that Christmas boost. I get that, but this is getting really excessive. Like 7 movies in one day. Come on now. That is lunacy. So, yeah, and the fact that you still have Wonka, that's still gonna have a very big presence, I would imagine, um, when it comes to Christmas. The Christmas, the holidays. So dealing with that and all the other movies, that's a big problem. Although after this, it won't be too bad. I mean, the next real family movie this has to go that has to deal with is what Soul, a movie from 2020. Like I think it'll be fine. I didn't even I should mention lack of direct competition like later on. I mean, sure there's Disney re-releases, but that's about it. But I mean, I guess that's a pro, but still all those Christmas movies con, big con. Another con is that there's been no real attention or no real like buzz surrounding this. It kind of feels like it's just there. Like even with movies like Secret Life of Pets and Sing, like those got a decent amount of attention before release. This really doesn't have that. I guess because Secret Life of Pets was about pets for people who love pets, pretty much, and Sing was just a bunch of animals like singing pop songs. So this is just a bunch of ducks going around. So I guess the the premise isn't as appealing to as the other two movies. So the lack of real attention, buzz, I'm gonna label that as a con. And I guess I can mention, Wonka having the pretty much the same target audience, both movies being family centric flicks. They may hurt each other a little bit, although Wonka obviously had a head start. And I feel like that's going to be the bigger hit overall. So that might hurt Migration more. So yeah, dealing with Wonka in particular, that's going to be a problem. So that's a con. And I think that's really it. Yeah, so opening weekend, oof, I have no clue. Um, the number I've been seeing is like for the 4 day, like 15 million, which seems hella low for a movie like this. Although Puss in Boots: The Last Wish opened with like 12 million last year, so maybe it's not that ridiculous. But um, I don't know. Uh, I'm gonna go a little higher than that. I'm gonna say what did Sing open with? I gotta go back to Sing. The first Sing that was 35 million. That came out like right before Christmas. Yeah, but that opened on a Wednesday, so it's not exactly a fair comparison. Uh, but I don't know. Maybe this could hit like Migration could hit like 20 million. If it can do that, then it'll be in a really good shape for like the few days after Christmas. But I don't know anymore. I'm gonna say I'm gonna go with what everyone else is going with. I'm gonna say like 10 to 15 million for the 3 day, and for the 4 day 15 to 20, I guess. I don't know. Then it's total. I ooh. Knowing this family movies tend to have like stupid long legs. I mean, look at Puss in Boots: The Last Wish. That opened with 12 million, made like about 185 million total. That's like a multiplier of like way past like what 15 after opening weekend. I'm not saying that'll happen with Migration, but you never know. So I don't even want to try the guess when it comes to this. I don't. Ooh, because I feel I'm gonna be wrong. 100 million, maybe. I don't know. Yeah, I'm at the widest range ever. 75 to 175 million. Let's have a big ass range. I think that's fair enough for something like this. So 75 million to 175 million total. That's what I'm going with. And that's it. So that's all the movies I'm doing today. Tomorrow, I'm gonna be doing American Fiction, Poor Things, because I was not about to make like 6, 7 videos in one night. That's not happening. So American Fiction, Poor Things, I'll talk about those tomorrow. And then Friday, I will discuss Boys in the Boat, Color Purple, and Ferrari. That is the plan. Okay? Cool. So, yeah, so that's it. That's all. Make sure to subscribe, like this video, leave a comment, turn on notifications, share the whole drill. Want to check out more videos like this? I got playlists on the homepage. All previous prediction videos I've made this year. You want to watch my Super Mario Brothers movie prediction video I made earlier this year? You can go right ahead. If you want to watch any of the past prediction videos I made on the channel for this year, the past few years, go right ahead. There's also the canceled series where I go over all the movies that were supposed to come out but didn't. I covered Migration like 2 times. The first time was episode 109 when it was supposed to be a summer movie. I talked about it alongside Despicable Me 4, 65, and a movie called Oh Hell No, which I'm pretty sure is never going to exist. So, yeah. So that was the first time. The second time, it was episode 134. I talked about it alongside Ghostbusters. Well, I called it Ghostbusters 4 at the time, but now it's Ghostbusters Frozen Empire. So I talked about it alongside that and 13 Lives. So yeah, so those are the 2 times I talked about Migration. That was before we even saw like a single image of it. So you want to watch those episodes or any other episodes I've done on the channel, just now 223 episodes. Planning on doing a 224th episode later today or tomorrow or whatever soon. Plan on making that soon, so stay tuned for that. But if you want to watch any of the past cancel episodes on the channel, you want to binge them all from beginning to now, I highly encourage you do that, so go do it. And there's also box office recaps where I go over the box office results for any particular month. December recap will come out the first week or so after in January. I'll also be making my 2023 recap, my winners and losers videos. I'll be doing that too around the same time, so stay tuned for those videos. But if you want to watch any of the past recap videos I made on the channel, you can go right ahead. And yeah, that's it. That's all. I am out. Goodbye.